I'm at Whole Foods. You caught me at Whole Foods, so.
How you doing?
Oh man, I'm good. I can't complain.
So many different topics to talk about, man. Where do we start, right?
Yeah.
Um, let's start with. Were you able to see the ladies get at it last night?
No, I ain't get a chance to check it out yet. You talking about Serrano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen like brief little clips, but I ain't get a chance to watch the whole thing yet.
Real quick though, what are your feelings of the women going 3 minute rounds, 12, 12 rounds if it's a championship bout?
I think it's cool. I think maybe it should be out for them because some might want to do it, some might not want to do it. I mean, but hey, if they can do it, then if they can do it, then shit, more power to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, um, a lot of stuff has been out in the media. Um, and first off, do you know who Jay Sean Ingram is?
Nah, did he get the knockout? I seen a highlight. Was that the cat that
He's from May. He just signed to Mayweather a month ago. He's the one that knocked out. He's the one that knocked out Rolly in sparring. He's like 3-0.
you talking about him? Oh yeah, the look. Oh okay. What about him? What happened?
Yesterday there was some sparring clips with Rajon Chance. I'm gonna be talking to him later on today. Um, yeah, it just seemed like it was some good work back and forth. You know how it is. Remember when when you was young and you had your team and you went into the other gyms and they had their team and it was supposed to be just regular sparring, good work, and then it turned into like everybody cheering. You know how it is in the Mayweather gym.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I've been a part of it, so I definitely know. Uh,
Shakur was there and his whole team, Wally Moses, everybody, Raja Chance versus Jahan Ingram, and there's this dude in the media that he put out a piece of sparring clips, right? I don't know if you know who he is. His name is Southpaw. He kind of like a negative boxing content creator. You know, he anything that has to do with negativity or anything like he bashes a lot of fighters. He goes at Bill Haney a lot. I don't know if you've seen him. And he kind of started this beef. When it comes down to Rajon Chance, then Jahan, and then Shakur kind of went into the beef a little bit, right? Because it's his team. So talk about like as far as a lot of people that don't know about boxing, about how serious it gets in the gym, you know, after the sparring when it starts to get into like different teams coming into the gyms, it starts to become like a rivalry, which is not necessarily it shouldn't happen, but it happens. You speak a little bit upon that, like the when it comes to like gym and the history of all that.
well, I mean, it get real, active because, like I say, it's crazy because even from when I was younger, I came up under the Kronk boxing before I went to Mayweather, so I've been used to that since I was young, like a young teenager. But I mean, it ain't no different than kind of like a battle rapping or anything. I mean, people trying to make it. They trying to make it, get their notoriety. They trying to, but at the same time, you can have an off day in the gym. Like everybody then got beaten sparring, and you can have an off day, and people go around talking, and it get crazy because a lot of times some fighters come in the gym to try to get a reputation, especially in Vegas now because Vegas the capital of boxing where everybody trying to make it. So it can get I mean I just seen shit turn into street fights. It ain't got violent out here. Even with world champions, I didn't see fucking I didn't see street fights like world champions like get stole on and everything after sparring.
Yeah, I've seen people get shot and killed.
yeah, no, it go left because it's pride on the line at the end of the day. But nowadays with the internet, you get a lot of trolling and stuff. I just think people need to kind of realize what come with this now because of social media. You got to kind of take the good with the bad almost.
Right, right. Um, so some more topics here. Obviously, I put up a poll. A big topic was, Manny Pacquiao calling Gervonta Davis. I'm gonna
So
let
wasn't we just talking about that? I was just saying.
you and I were talking about that. We were talking about the biggest fights in boxing. It was me, you, Coach Kenny, and Coach Calvin, and Shane Mosley Jr. I remember that. Yep.
Uh,
So now it's starting to be more talks about that. I'm gonna let the poll come up a little bit more, maybe get it to like 100 votes, and then we talk a little bit about it. Right now we're at like 17 votes. Make sure you guys smash the like button as well, and make sure you also, Mickey, shout out your YouTube channel that you have going on. It's Fight God TV, correct?
Fight Guy TV. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. It's just getting active, but we gonna be on here doing some big things. So make sure y'all subscribe. I'm sure my thing might be up. I don't know if my link is up or not, but I'm just kind of learning it. I'm learning the ropes from you and Blue Blood, but yeah, we gonna get it cracking though.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, let's get into some of these topics. All right. Let's go on to tonight's fights. All right, we got Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou. This is boxing though. In the boxing ring, 12 rounds, and this is not no exhibition fight. This is a real bout. This is for the title.
Right.
What you think about the fight?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's good for today's entertainment and for the sport. As far as I mean, shit, they do it so big in the Middle East. It's nuts. Like, man, I've been there, so it's crazy, man. The treatment that you get over there is God. Like honestly, it's the closest thing to heaven on earth that I ever felt. the treatment over there, to be honest with you.
In
But
Saudi Arabia?
I've been to Dubai, but it's the same Middle East. It's both the UAE. So, but at the end of the day, I think it's great. Like, of course, Tyson. I think he'd carry him and then knock him out. I don't think he's gonna do it early. He probably can do it in one round, but hey, Tyson got everything to lose though. Dude got everything to gain. He never got a big bag to fight. MMA make that money. They make just enough. Decent money, but not like he getting the night. So I think it's good as far as entertainment. I think it's good as far as entertainment and Tyson to make it. I'm sure he gonna carry it, and make it look good before he get him out of there. But it's dangerous on Tyson's part because what if dude land an overhand right and knock him out? It's the biggest upset in history.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I'm ready to see him and Usyk after this. They supposed to be fighting at the end of December. Hopefully they do it. I mean, shit, they gonna both get like 100+ million apiece. So I don't see why not. I'm loving what it's becoming. Boxing is worldwide. I like that it's a real fight. I don't like exhibitions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care for the exhibition fights, but at the end of the day, if fighters can make money in the long run, then I really can't knock it. But today is a hell of a event. You see, they got Eminem over there. They got anytime you get him out of bed, then shit. It's cracking because he don't come out the bed. He got out the bed for the Tyson, the Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence fight. But I see him over there. I see all these American stars that flew over. I see the big soccer guys. I forget his name. I think he bought one of them to watch. What's the biggest soccer star?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, um, Macy,
So I think it's good.
Messi.
Yeah. I think it's good. I think it's good all around.
Mm. Shout out to Nate Dogg. Appreciate you for subbing. On Mickey's channel, he said he's number 93.
Yeah,
Appreciate you. Make sure each and every single one of y'all check out Mickey Bay's YouTube channel. Is Fight God TV. It's pinned up right there. Even like you could just stop out, come out of this, subscribe, come back, or even at the end of this segment, just stop by on Fight God TV on the YouTube channel. It's gonna be hot for sure. Um, so in this fight, um, we looking at bets, right? I started my parlay yesterday. I had Amanda winning, just like anybody else if they're smart, right? Um, I got two more bets. I got Oshaki Foster, and then I got Tyson Fury winning. But I also wanted to put up another bet. I wanted to go off of a KO with Tyson Fury, and I'm trying to figure out what are the best rounds to like place that bet. I'm thinking 6 to 9. What you think?
Yeah, I like it somewhere in there because I don't think that Fury gonna let everybody come out, put their money in, and then have it the first or second round, third round knockout. You're gonna have princes and you're gonna have a whole bunch of billionaires there watching. Then I don't think he's gonna want to end it too fast.
Facts.
I think that's a good bet because what shit I gotta try to find it. I gotta look around. Shit, it gotta be somewhere here in Vegas. But what do they got it like? You say 6, and now what's the under over? Like, is this what's the round?
I would have to check up on my other phone because this one is not like that. Um, but yeah, it's obviously the odds are really spread. Um, uh, you what? But you're saying under and over. What you mean, Mick? Like, do you think this could go the distance?
Um, no, I'm saying, you know how they got like
Just bet the over.
they usually put a round where they think it's gonna go under and over, and you could bet whether it go under and over. So
Oh,
usually,
yep, yep.
like for instance, they had Devin Haney and Lomachenko 10.5,
Mm-hmm.
bet over or under. So I'm wondering if they got it round 5 or round 6, whatever they had a round set at. I think is a good round to bet from that
Mm.
point to a couple more.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check it up. I'll be obviously going on live a few more times today, and I'll get some of that details, and we'll chop it up as well because I'm pretty sure you placing yours today. It's pretty much easy money this week. I landed on that Giovanni Santalin last week. I
Oh,
smashed.
I,
Yeah.
yeah, I won some. I didn't even know who he
Oh
was.
yeah, you texted me. Yeah, you smashed too. You
Yeah, I changed on it though. I put some bets in and had some change left over, and then I put it on that. I didn't even know who he was, and I look up and see that he. I bet the draw too on that fight and the draw on whatever other big fight it was, just to throw my change and spread it out. And I see that one hit. I'm like, damn, I wish I'd have put at least 100 on that. I'm like, shit, I would have won like 1,200 off of that.
Oh, cause you bet the KO, right? You bet the
I
plus
bet
1200. Yeah.
like $10 because that was my change. So I didn't even think it was gonna happen. I won 120. So
I was tight. The only reason I did the plus 400, so I was a little tight. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Um, but hey, 500 is better than nothing, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Anytime you leave the casino with anything, you won, even if you break even.
Facts, facts. So more topics, man. More topics. And Saudi Arabia is hype right now. Like, it's amazing to see all these other athletes from the crossovers to the UFCs, but not just that. Lots of high level guys want to go out to Saudi just to watch these fights. How come? Why do you think it's like that? You know?
And listen, like I just told you, I've been over there. It's the closest thing to heaven on earth that you gonna ever feel.
Shit.
Lie to you, man. Like they just treat you good. 0% crime. Like I left my wallet and shit on the when I was at the beach. I left my wallet and stuff like at my little umbrella thing. Man, I left it there. You ain't even got to look back. I'm talking about it's literally 0% crime. It's beautiful, man. It's I ain't gonna lie, it's way better than America. Like as far as the architecture and
The
all of that
architect shit.
bananas. Like I'm talking about crazy. Like and I live in Vegas, which is one of the biggest tourist places ever. But I ain't gonna lie, like well, see, Vegas is like it got seen. You could do whatever, gambling. There they don't have gambling because of the religious culture. But man, when I talk about anything else, it's top notch. The food is clean. They're not even allowed to sell like certain. They don't sell certain ingredients in their food, and it's beautiful, man. Like people help you. I mean, it's just like it's as close to godly as I ever felt, like in the place.
Make sure you guys smash the like button before coming into one of the hottest YouTube channels out right now this year. Now, Mickey, the talks a couple days ago was Keyshawn Davis tested positive for marijuana. In
Yeah.
your behalf, what do you think about like the whole marijuana and boxing? Like we know it's not like an enhancement drug, but rules
Yeah.
are rules. What do you think about
Well, I think the confusion is it's legal in some places and
that?
it's legal across America because they selling it. I don't think that. I think it was an error. He a young cat. He made a mistake, so I ain't gonna judge him on that. But I think it's kind of weird for it to be a banned substance if it's sold in America. I mean, shit. This one like five of them across the street from where I'm at now, where they sell it. And they selling it 24 hours. Like so, I mean, it's kind of weird to me. But I don't think 3 months really. Well, shit, he was supposed to fight December 9th, so I guess they got to set it back like a month or two. But
Facts, man. Pedraza would have been a nice fight.
I don't think that he knew probably because it's legal. So I don't think it's a big deal. Like, I don't look at it as like, oh man, like boxing, man, is boxing. Like at the end of the day, I don't think that it's. I don't really look at it like it's nothing big or nothing like that. I mean, people should learn from it. Like, don't do it near your fight or whatever. Like, I don't know. Maybe give him benefits. Like, I'm not sure. Like, maybe he should say what benefit he might have gave him for his brain or his. You never know. I don't know why he does it, but I'm kind of neutral on it to be honest. Like, I don't really see no problem with that.
Absolutely, because they got creams, right? They got creams
Yeah,
just so you can.
just like who knows? Like, I'm kind of neutral on it.
Yeah, me too. And it it kind of sucks because it was the Houston, Texas commission that, overruled his last fight. And this is the same commission that let Oscar Valdez without no penalties after the Burchelt fight. When he got tested for PEDs,
Right.
he got a slap in the hand.
Oh,
I
they didn't overturn his win.
No, they never
Oh,
did.
I don't think they should have overturned his win though. They should have let him keep his win. Ain't no, nah. They should have let him keep his win though. Honestly, like so with that part was weird. They shouldn't have took his win away.
Right, right, right. Um but nevertheless, like it's just like if anything, I feel like marijuana would kind of mess up your performance as far as when it comes down to if you're smoking it and you're inhaling it in your lungs, it would probably be doing more of a defect than an effect.
Yeah, it seemed like it'd make you win. In my opinion, like I never smoked before, but it seemed like it'd make you gas out. But it's weird. I don't think they should have took his win away. They should have just gave him a slap on the wrist and just left it at that.
Now, if he does have an opportunity to fight Pedraza, like what you think about the matchup itself, the guy, the actual former champion name on the resume, and then also in the same time, Pedraza has been campaigning at 140 pounds, and he's only getting older. Him coming down to 135, what you think about that? You know, when it comes to Keyshawn Davis.
I think that's a good fight. The main thing to crossing over to becoming elite is beating a former world champion. You want to get as many former world champions on your record, not only for your record but for your own experience, because it's an obstacle that Pedraza is going to give him because he didn't been there at the big stage for a long time. So a lot of times you're not gonna go in there and just get them out of there that easy, or just hit them with anything you want to hit them with. So I like to see like the contenders with the former world champions, because that's like the next level to get to the elite status. You know,
Right.
I don't see them fight other prospects all the time, and you know, people need to fight the former world champions. Like, you know, Devin Haney, Shakur, Stevenson. That's the way to the elite, in my opinion.
Right, right, right. Make sure you guys smash the like button, man. We got 47 people on the live, 20 likes and 36 votes. The poll is: would y'all like to see a Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Davis fight? That's a question mark. Um, let's keep these votes up. And what are your behalfs on that fight? And obviously we seen Manny's career, 8 division champion, coming from what, like 108. um you know Fighting, Gervonta Davis, that started his career at around 126. Is this like a good fight, fair fight? A lot of people trying to figure out, saying, yo, why is, I was on a podcast yesterday, just tuning in, and Kenny was like, why doesn't Pacquiao call out Boots? Why is he calling out Tank? What do you think about the fight? Do you think that it's a fan friendly fight?
Oh, I think it's a great fight. Like I say, me and you've been talking about it. I think these are great. You know, it's a great fight for the sport. It's good for, of course, they pockets. You know, I'm sure it doesn't sell like crazy. I mean, if you want these big stars in boxing, you can't. You know, Tank need these kind of fights. Like if he not fighting Shakur, Devin Haney, or Tiafimo, who else he'd give him a better fight, or Lumachenko? Manny would give him a better fight than anybody else with his experience, his power, his speed. It's a big name, and when they make it, would nobody be complaining if they make it? My thing is this: I got Manny Pacquiao beat Ryan Garcia. I
Me
got
too.
Ryan is a good fighter. I like Ryan, but I'm saying I got that more of a challenge than I had Ryan at the moment. I just don't think Ryan got the experience yet at that stage. I think he kind of going to become a late bloomer, my my thing is this: that's a great match for boxing. Everybody will order it. Manny haven't been like beat up. He beat Keith Thurman and gave his first loss 2 years ago.
Yep,
So
and then lost to Ugas.
yeah, and it's just like when Bernard Hopkins fought up in the 52 years old, became a champion at 49. Everybody's different. The whole selling point of the fight will he be able to retire Manny or knock him out?
Manny's now 44 years old.
Yeah, so that ain't really, if you take care of your body, you know, it's yet to be seen. You know, the verdict is still out because Manny looked good his last fight. So he didn't look like, I wouldn't mind seeing Floyd Mayweather versus Tank. Like, these fights are big for boxing, and we haven't seen Manny go out on this shield yet. So let's see if Tank could do it. How you know he might not catch Tank and knock him out? Manny still, one thing that don't never leave is your power. George
Hmm.
came and beat. He took 10 years off and came back and won the heavyweight championship at 46, 47. At the end of the day, I think it's a great fight. I would
Right.
like to see it.
Um, do you believe it was like a 50-50 due to the age?
I don't think it's 50-50. I'll say probably like 70-30. But it's a good fight because Tank don't throw that many punches. So Manny throw volume punches. He still got his speed and power. And him it'd be interesting to see if he could finish Manny. And it'd be interesting to see what would have happened if Tank get hit by Manny. Because
Mm.
like I say, power don't go nowhere. I would like to see it, man. I think it'd be a big fight for boxing. World is about entertainment now because of social media, and I don't think no fighter outsell Manny versus Tank. It's no fight that Tank could have that outsell that unless he fought Mayweather or Terrence Crawford. So never say never. Like at the end of the day, nobody would have thought Terrence would have came up to 147 and do what he did. You know, I like them kind of fun fights as well. We know it's not going to be boring. Now I can see if it's like, all right, he fighting a guy that's older that ain't going to come to fight. You know, we know Manny is going to come to fight. Tank is coming to fight. That's the fight that I would make if I was. I've been saying this, so we got it on record. If I was Tank's team and I was Tank, I would be asking for the Manny Pacquiao fight because he would do well over 1 million pay-per-view buys and they'll sell out here in Vegas and bring the stars out. Why not? I would do it.
Now you said 30-70 in favor of who?
Oh, Tank. I
Mm.
get favor. You know, I favor Tank, but Manny is still Pacquiao. You know, one thing about it is a legend could pull that one great win. They still always, like they say in boxing, any late great fighter got one great win in them left. You know, so I would like to see it, man. I want to see. I like, you know, at the end of the day, these big fights is what bring the stars out and bring these big events to Las Vegas. That'd be one of them. If Floyd was to come back and fight Terrence Crawford, that'd probably be the biggest fight in history.
Mm-hmm.
Wise, like imagine what they would get paid. Like that'd be crazy. You
Right.
never know. Floyd might say, "Fuck it," like all the other old champs. I'm gonna come back and get my last 200-300 million, win, lose, or draw. I'm gonna go ahead and get my last bag and call it a day. I'm gonna put my zero on the line. We never know what he might do in a year. I don't think Floyd the risk is zero, but then you got Tank that could fight Terrence Crawford one day, which would be huge because Terrence was a lightweight fighter before. So Tank already fought at 40, but then you got Shakur versus Tank. You got Shakur versus Devin. You got Devin versus Tank, which all those fights I think got a little more time to marinate. But Manny's already a legend, and Manny already is a part of the biggest pay per view selling ever. Is him and Mayweather more pay per view buys than anybody in history. So with that being said, why wouldn't you fight Manny? You will want to fight the biggest pay per view draw ever, which is Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather. Why not? Why wouldn't you fight Manny? Manny can fight, and Manny got a worldwide name. It's a no-brainer to me for Tank to fight.
Um, like that being said, Manny, people saying, "Hey, Manny's looking for a payday," and then also a lot of people saying that you know, Tank Davis is looking for some bigger names, Hall of Fame names in his resume. Um, in your opinion, is this like without the styles and what they bring to the table in the ring, outside of the ring? Do you believe that they both kind of need this?
Yeah, my thing is this: you think Tank don't want the money too? Who don't want the money? You think LeBron James would be playing for the Lakers if they even said he was getting 8 million a year? He wanted everybody want their money, so don't be fooled when it comes to thinking that people don't want more money. Like everybody want their money at the end of the day. Like you think the richest people in the world still get money and want their money? They're not gonna sell the Apple. If that's the case, they can donate all the Apple products, and just say I don't need the money because I got billions of dollars. That ain't how the world works. So, but Manny always gonna have a killer instinct when he get in the ring. We never seen him fight a fight that wasn't a dog fight. So at the end of the day, it's still a risk on Tank's part because imagine if he clipped Tank. Everybody could say, "Oh, he wasn't a welterweight and this and that." So let's not act like it's not a risk factor in there for Tank. No, everybody just said they wanted to see him and Thurman, right? He beat Thurman and dropped Thurman, Manny Pacquiao. So if Manny if he can beat and drop Keith Thurman and then come back and beat Broner, he lost a close fight to Ugas, but styles make fights. I would like to see. I want to see all big fights. Like I don't mind fighters taking a decent fight in between the big fights, but we need all big fights to be recycled. Whoever can compete at a high level, we need them to keep fighting each other to make the sport to keep the sport really big. The way it been this past year, it been good, and we need to keep that going. But We need these big names. Like we need all the legends, all the former champions to fight the young fighters, and the young fighters to fight the young fighters. I mean, that's what we want to see.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Manny Pacquiao's chin has been tested among real welterweights, even in middleweight. You know what I'm saying? It's been tested. So it's definitely one of those. It could definitely turn into a war, especially the style that Manny brings, as far as when it comes down to the volume. And like you said, Tank picks his shots wisely. So it would be the battle of it would have be the battle of volume versus precision. You know. Um, Nevertheless, man, it's been nice to see that this fight. Now, when we talk about pay-per-view status, when we talk about the face of boxing, when we talk about the kings of sales, a lot of people don't understand, and I like to break this down with you. Tank and Ryan did 1.2, right? Now, Tank has been normally around in the 300s, right? Selling 300s. Now, he built a big popularity fighting Brian Garcia. So now, fighting like a guy like a Pitbull Cruz, good problem. People can't expect that those are gonna hit a million pay-per-view buys. You can't expect it to hit 750 like what Jamel and Canelo just did.
No, I
Now,
don't even think it'd hit that. To be honest with you,
right. So when we talk about the Richter scale of wanting to mold a pay-per-view star, it's like the stock trade. It's going to go up, it's going to go down. Now, if you jump from the highest, one of the highest gates that the highest gates plus the highest numbers that just happened, and you would want to be able to potentially try to get the most popular opponent possible to keep it up there, right? Um, it seems like Manny Pacquiao would be that name. Um, what would you think about if an Isaac Cruz, comes in? Would that mess everything up? And when it comes down to being the face of boxing, when it comes to pay-per-view sales, does that really, kind of mess it up?
yeah, I wasn't the pit bull, and I enjoy seeing Tank fight whoever, but he passed that stage. I think everything for Tank, in my opinion, should all be strategic, not only when it comes to numbers, but a good, credible fight with the numbers. Tank
Mm,
is so big of a draw that I give him a pass to not fight Shakur yet and Devin Haney. I'm gonna just be honest. As much as I want to see those fights, I think those fights probably be due the end of next year or the middle or the end of next year. But I think that him fighting Manny Pacquiao would bring him up to another level. I think that's who we need to fight. Somebody like a Manny Pacquiao will outsell any of the fights that we just named. So that's the biggest fight that makes sense. If it ain't Mayweather, Crawford, and Manny Pacquiao are the fights where he would just do something crazy numbers. Like I don't think you want to go down to. I don't think you want to go way down to 3, 4, 500,000 buys. Um, I don't think you want to do that many buys. After you done over a million, it'll look crazy. 1/4 of 1.2. Like, and honestly, I'm not even excited to see him in Pitbull Cruz for free. To be honest with you, like I already know
mm,
what's gonna happen. Pitbull kind of almost lost his last fight. I would like, I don't want to see that fight. I'm gonna just keep it real.
mm. So looking at the poll right here, Mick, um, out of 51 votes, we got 46, 45% of the people say they would like to see the fight, and 55% say they wouldn't like to see the fight. Um, let's be honest. What are your thoughts on the 55% of the people not wanting to see the fight? Where do you think that energy comes from?
They saying that now, but as soon as the all access hit and they get to selling the fight, and this and that, they announce the fight. Everybody gonna be excited. Like people said that with Floyd and Conor McGregor. Floyd and Conor McGregor became number two, the biggest pay per view, number two. So when you make these fights and they start promoting them, that changes everything. So when you announce the fight, everybody gonna forget when they announce it and say it's at the in Las Vegas and everybody start buying. plane tickets, and they're gonna put a narrative on it, and you know, everything will change once they start promoting it. That's a part of their promotional game. So, like I said, I want to see it. I hope they make the fight. You know, if Tank don't fight Manny, I would like to see him fight like a at least Lumachenko or I'd even like to keep Thurman thought somebody like that. Him and Pitbull, like it's kind of like not interesting. Of course, you know I'll watch it, but honestly, if I'm playing the manager, I'm gonna put him in there with Pacquiao.
Mm, mm.
And then if I'm Tank, I'm gonna try to get Mayweather next since they got a little rivalry.
Right, right, right. Um, Now, speaking upon an upcoming fight coming real soon, I think I'll probably be hitting you up because I'm going to be going to Vegas for it. It's Shakur and De Los Santos. We talked briefly about it. You know, my one of my videos went viral on Richardson Hitchens saying that he sparred De Los Santos and Shakur and says it's a 50-50 fight. Um, when it comes down to that matchup alone, the hard hitting Southpaw De Los Santos, Dominican man, what do you think about that matchup? And you know, is this the best opponent for Shakur?
I like the matchup. You know, I've been checking. I checked him out since seen the fight was made. He got kind of an unorthodox kind of style. He got power, explosive. He gonna try to knock Shakur out, and he gonna come to fight. But Shakur to me is uh, of course I don't see him beating Shakur out in no way, shape, or form. But I would like to see him land a couple hard shots on Shakur because Shakur is not a big lightweight. He's like he's not a big lightweight at all. So I
He's
would
like
like,
a true lightweight.
yeah, he naturally a lightweight. Like he not really, but I would like to see him take his shot, like see him get hit, which is hard to do. That's the hardest part is to hit Shakur in the first place. But I like it, I like it, man. You know, I'm gonna be there. You know, I'm training a little cash flow, and he'll be on the undercard, so I'm gonna be there. And it's a good fight. I accept it. I give it my stamp of approval.
Um, best opponent on Shakur's resume at right now.
I think he'd beat everybody Shakur fought. So
Ooh,
yeah, he'd definitely beat everybody Shakur fought, in my
and he'll
opinion.
knock a lot of people out too.
Oh, hands down. So, and we got a Shakur. One thing about Shakur is he was looking for the best available opponent. So, I mean, he had to take what was there. So, at the end of the day, I accept this fight. That guy came off a good knockout win against what's his name, Valenzuela.
Yeah, but he fought after that. He fought Joseph Adorno and fought a clean victory. He didn't lose not one round. So he showed he could box
Right.
as well.
Oh,
Because Adorno was a good amateur. He beat Shakur in the amateurs.
wait.
Adorno.
Okay, okay. Yeah, but Shakur is a whole other animal. Like,
Right.
he a whole other animal. But he gonna test Shakur and test his. Hopefully he can test his chin. Like I say, it's hard to hit Shakur as it is. But it's a real good fight. Shakur fought the best available opponent.
Now, like you just said, and I like that you said it because, you know, I believe the same thing. I do want to see Shakur get hit by him flush, because it will show the grit that Shakur got and the beard that he got, and also leading up to a Gervonta Tank Davis fight, it would sell more. It would be more like now people that are Tank fans looking at like, whoa, he ate that. You think that that matchup kind of like soups up a Tank fight more.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think this match. Well, it's on ESPN on the Thursday, kind of like a special kind of fight night. Yeah, to help, because Shakur, after a while, we gonna want to see Tank in there with like a magician, somebody like him or Devin Haney, because
Mm.
almost be like, who can take Tank to 12 rounds, give him an obstacle, and on the flip side, can Tank knock them out? So, can he knock out Shakur? Because you almost can tell Shakur is going to be hard to beat, in the decision. So, other than Devin Haney, you can't even see nobody in the around that weight to where it even look like somebody can beat him on decision. So him and Tank and him and Devin is the only guys that you can even see possible with them beating each other. It's kind of like a round robin with those three. I like Lomachenko a lot. I would like to seen him, but at this stage, he probably getting down in his last year or two of boxing. So his management probably stepped up and said, we don't want to take 2 L's straight. We want to go win the belt. We don't want to fight Shakur. I couldn't really knock him. I wanted to see it. That would have been a better fight than this guy because I know Lomachenko probably would definitely beat the guy that he's fighting, but I give Shakur his respect of fighting the best that was out there. It's still a good fight to watch. It's going to be an action fight, I'm sure, and him and Tank should be happening the end of next year, I think, or the beginning of 2025. Shakur versus Tank. They should probably both at least have a belt, or they should have 2 belts apiece or something like that.
You think Devin ever gets the Tank fight?
Do I think Devin ever get to Tank fight? Yeah, I think they'll fight. But I think it's going to be a couple years maybe. I think so because they got a rivalry. They had 2 good sparring sessions. I was actually there for one of them.
Which one?
The second one. The second one. That was the last one.
Obviously, like AB talked a lot about the first one, right?
No, he talked a lot about the second one. That was the one I was at.
Okay, so what is those rumors true? Like, did Haney get knocked out cold at one point in time?
Nah, he did land some good shots, but not knocked out cold because, Devin and them, they won the bet. Bill and them, I think everybody confirmed that. And I was watching, like, the crazy thing is, I didn't know, that was my first time seeing Tank. And I already knew Devin because we've been out of the same, camp under the Mayweather. So I knew him since he was 7 or 8 years old. So I was there watching, and it was a good session. Like, I was there watching, but I wasn't watching it as close as I would watch it. Like, if it was now, like if I knew Tank was Tank. But I do remember kind of how it went, though. Like, I do remember how it went. Like, Devin was kind of in better shape outboxing him, and Tank kind of landed a couple hard shots. But I do remember. Bill. I don't know if he won a bet from the other side or something like that. I don't know if it was money there or whatever, but from what I remember,
Bill told me there was a lot of money there.
okay, did he collect the money, Bill?
That's what he said. Yeah, he told me he's still spending that money. He asked me if I need some. I said I'm okay.
So if he collected the money, that show you. But they say that Tank won the first one, and I was there for the second one, and Devin got the better of him in that one. So
So was AB there?
yeah, he was there. He was fighting the next day, which is crazy. Because I'm like, what the fuck Broner doing? He fighting Sean Porter tomorrow. He running around sweating and shit. Because it's a party. I get a text message. I'm chilling. And I get a text message from Floyd, like, come to the gym. We having a party. I'm like, oh, all right, I'm going to come up there.
Ooh,
I come up
ooh.
there, it's fucking crowded. It's pizza and everything at the gym. They got fucking pizza and all that shit. So I'm like, oh, Devin Haney about to spar. I'm like, oh, who is this kid right here? Tank was young. I didn't know who he was. Broner had him out. He had him out. So, I'm like, shit. Matter of fact, I'm trying to think, was I standing on the ring? I know I was watching it because I came when Floyd texted me. I flew up to the gym. I just got the new Bentley too, the drop top Bentley.
Ooh.
So I'm like,
Ooh.
I kind of wanted to stun a little bit. I'm like, let me go up there because Floyd ain't got this one. I don't even think
Ah.
So I dropped the top and roll up there, and
What color? What color you got it?
it was white. It was white. I had to drop. It wasn't. It was shit. It was like the next year. You know how they only sold like but so many of them. So I'm like, let me go show Floyd. Like I beat him to this Bentley. He ain't never seen it before. So I dropped it to
Mm.
white and I drove up there. But yeah, but it was a hell of a session though, man. I knew that both of them would be where they at now when I seen the session. You know,
Mm.
it was a good session, but it's just sparring at the end of the day. So styles.
It, it it's just wild because like the way Broner explains it, you know what I'm saying? He's saying that he went in the ring to stop it. That was not true.
Not from nah. I mean, if he stopped it, then why? Like, I don't. Broner, one thing, Broner not. He not a liar at all. So, you know, like I would think that. But my thing is, how did Bill Haney win the bet if he stopped it? I
Because I guess what
oh,
had happened was how he explains it is that like you said, Tank wasn't in shape.
no, no,
Tank went
I ain't gonna say he wasn't in shape. I can't give him that. I just said that Devin got hella crazy gas. He always in shape. No, I didn't look. It ain't look like Tank was out of shape. I can't put that out there though. I
okay. But
say
I'm just repeating like what
yeah,
he said. And
yeah.
then in the same time, he said that, I guess Devin was young at the time and Tank had him on the ropes and had him looking at the ceiling, done for a second. And he went in there so that way, Tank wouldn't like, finish him off. Now it just seems to me that that type of sparring, it's like a heated up type of a sparring, right?
Real heat.
If it was heated up,
Heated because what I remember, a matter of fact, and I could be wrong on this part, but matter of fact, when I came to the gym, I think that Tank might have already been there, and they just called Devin out of the blue.
so he was working out already.
No, I think Tank was already there to kind of show his boxing ability, and they was like, "Well, call Lil Devin Haney up, like he a boxer." So I think it was more like Devin got called out of the blue and was like, "All right, bet I'll take." That's how I remember it happening. I remember them like, "Hey, call Lil Devin Haney." Like Tank was there. But I do remember it got heated as far as on the street side of it. Like I think that it got heated from a street standpoint. Like you got Devin's side from the Bay. You got the street. You got everybody from Vegas and the Bay, and you got everybody from Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Ohio on Tank. From Broner and Tank's end. And to me, now I know if Broner, I'm sure he did what he done because he ain't gonna say it if he didn't do it. But what I remember is it got wild just from like both of the sides outside of the ring kind of got crazy. And I remember they got wrapped up and they went to the ground. I remember that part. I remember that like he kind of slammed Devin, like they kind of got wrapped up and both sides kind of got in the ring. Like Bill got in the ring and then some of Tank's people got.
Yeah, I remember like Dank is over here saying he's like, because I remember Brona saying that it was Tank that got right out of the plane and just went straight into the gym.
I don't know, but I know he was there to box in front of Mayweather. Because I think that was his first time him really seeing Tank. And from what I remember, like I say, they called Devin like, "Hey, Devin, would you box this cat?"
Hmm.
So, but it was heated, and it's gonna be heated. If they fight, it's a real rivalry, though. It ain't. They don't like each other. Tank and like each other for sure. So because I'm gonna tell you a weird incident that happened, right? I never even said this. This shit was crazy though, right?
Exclusive. Let's get it.
Because I ain't got a problem with Tank. I like Tank, and I train Devin. So, but and I'm cool with Tank's trainer. I actually, when they had a fighter that they wanted to get out of Baltimore, truck Lorenzo Simpson. I was training him for about a year on and off. They'd fly him out to get him out of trouble, and I was looking over him when he came to Vegas. Uh, so this is crazy, right? I'm at Lifetime, right? And all right, let me make sure I say this correctly. I'm at Lifetime, and I see Tank in the locker room. So I'm like, "What's up, Tank?" We shook hands and talked and stuff like that. And kind of just small talk or whatever. Like we talk. Like I say, I ain't got a problem with it. So I'm just talking to him about his next fight. We chopped it up in the locker room in a Lifetime Fitness, right out
Mm-hmm.
here. Then I went upstairs. Hold on. I went upstairs. I think Tank was leaving. I went upstairs real quick and I forgot something. I came back down. Then I seen Devin in the locker room. So it was kind of crazy because I'm like, damn, did they see each other? Because we just literally seen each other within like a 2 minute, I don't even think Devin probably know this. No, he damn do he? But in 2 minutes later, I go back in the locker room because I forgot my headphones, and then I went back down. I see Devin in the locker room, and we talk. I'm like, damn, I wonder did he see Tank in the locker room because he was just down there. I'm like, damn, they probably damn near been to win at it or something. But I called my other young fighter at the time, Amari, later that day. I'm like, did y'all see Tank in there? Because but it was just funny to me because I think they seen each other. But I asked Amari, I'm like, Amari, did they speak? He like, nah, they just looked at each other like, and I laughed because I'm like, that's crazy because I asked Amari Jones, my other fighter I was training, I was with Devin. I wanted to see how real it. I know how real it is, but I'm like maybe, I know if Devin and Shakur see each other, they still might speak. It's a little heated now to where they might have some words, but
Yeah, not no more. I don't think.
I'm talking about this like 10, 11 at night.
Oh shit.
The odds that I see Tank in the locker room and we talk, and then I go upstairs and I'm like, damn, I forgot my headphone. I go back down, I see Devin in them. So I'm like, damn, that's crazy because I asked my other fighter, Amari, I'm like, hey, did they say what's up? Like, did they shake hands or something? He's like, nah. Like, them niggas just looked at each other like, but I'm glad they ain't fight or really get personal with each other, leave it in the ring to get the bag. But no, they rivalry is real. Like, theirs is real though.
Mm, mm. Shout out to Jackie Hernandez. Gracias, mami, por los 5 pesos. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate you and all the support that you bring to the channel. Real talk. Um, yeah, man. There was a lot of talks about that, and it was dope for you to clear up on that as well. Now speaking upon Devin and Core, man. It seems like that's a fight that is still like getting marinated, and in the same time, but even before that, right? There was an interview with Haney, right, talking about I'll fight Tank at 140 pounds, but I'll fight Shakur at 135. My opinion sounds good to me, honestly. Uh, but what do you think about that and why he said it,
Who said that? Devin.
Dev?
He said if I. He said if I.
If I fight Shakur, it's at 135. If I fight Tank, it's at 140. And I kind of understood that it was like I know that naturally Devin is a little bit bigger than Shakur, so he would have the advantage. But then again, would he hydrate? Would it be too much for him? At 135. And then for Tank, he might be a little bit more durable at 140 pounds.
Yeah. I think that in his mind, he probably see it that way. Like, Tank is a bigger puncher. He know he gonna have to move a little bit more on style wise on Tank. But I mean, I wouldn't fight at 35 again. Period. If I'm Devin. The only fight I would probably even do a catchweight that would be against Lomachenko, the rematch.
Hmm.
If I was him, that's the only way I would consider is maybe doing like a catchweight to, because him and Lomachenko I think would sell a lot. So, that's. But no, I would just stay at 140 if I was Devin. He getting ready to fight. Regis Prograis, which is a great credible fight. So after he won that fight, I would like to see him and Tiafimo next year. You know, maybe in the spring or the summertime. I would like to see him and Tiafimo, and I would
Mm,
see Tank versus Shakur at the end of 2024.
mm, yeah, that sounds good. Now,
No, Tank
and
and Shakur. Did I say Tank and T? I would like to see Tank and Shakur the end of next year, and Devin and Tiafimo next summer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean those are two great fights, setting apart from each other. Those are the same fights that Mayweather said that when it comes to they asked him, hey, some super fights, and those are the same matchups that he mentioned. Now, I like the fight, and I'm glad that you mentioned that because speaking upon Floyd, Floyd ended up, he wants to do a bout, an exhibition on the same day as Regis Prograis. What's your thoughts on that? Where Regis Prograis and Devin in the Bay Area and Mayweather want to have a bout in that same day. Do you think it was a coincidence? Do you think that guys are just trying to get some money, some cash flow because it's the end of the year, venues are starting to get packed up, or do you think it was kind of like malicious?
No, I don't think it was malicious. Sometimes you get dates that's like it is. How can I explain this? Like, all right, you know how when you see rap artists coming out, they all be some of them be falling on the same day. I think that a lot of times the network have open dates that's best to stage events for the money and the pot that they got, like the budget, and it just fall on the same day from different networks. So, but I think Floyd is talking about doing another date now. I don't think he's talking about doing December 9th, but no, I don't think it's malicious. I just think that it's a budget that hit from different networks that might fall on the same day. And sometimes you're not going to move that date just because it's another fight. You want to get that bag.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Make sure you guys smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Also, go out to Fight God TV, Mickey Bay's, YouTube channel. Check him out. We're just building the subscribers until he gets monetized, and he's about to get loose on that. You know, now coming off of this fight with Regis and Devin, did you see the press conference?
Yeah, I did. You know,
What you make?
the first one,
Oh,
the good one when they was talking. Yeah, I seen the one with the.
what did you make out of it? I interviewed the strength and conditioning coach of Regis a couple days ago. What you make of the press conference, and then in the same time, Regis posted up a video upon making fun of Devin hitting the heavy bag. Did you see that video?
Yeah, I seen it last night. Yup.
All right. So, in my behalf, and I'm cool with Regis, but I was like, where was that energy in the press conference? You feel me?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Well, this is what I think. Dude, he came prepared because Reed just came with an old boy that got a, he a good talker, like because Devin gonna have one. Rest in peace to the great Tommy Smalls. He just passed away. I'm sure he would have been there. Um, and Devin usually have church. You know,
Church.
yeah. So between whether it was him, Tommy Smalls, it was gonna be you was going, Reed just probably was like, let me come prepared with somebody that can do some talking as well. And it seemed like he got a good guy because dude had, the shit. Dude can definitely sell you to think that Reed is gonna win the fight. Like he definitely was fun to watch. Like he was funny. So, but
Was there any truth?
huh?
Do you think there was any truth of what he was saying?
Like what? What parts?
Um, Factors of um Devin Haney was the Haneys are vultures. They look at their prey. They see guys that are tarnished. They pick on smaller defenders to build their resumes. They grab the belt from Cambosos instead of Teofimo Lopez, the vulture talk, the talk that he never really fought a true guy that could punch. That was at his weight. What do you think about that?
Well, one thing about it, Devin only 24, so that's why he picked his guy to build his resume up.
Hmm.
He's only 24 years old. Most people don't have an extensive resume at that age, but for Devin to only be 24, he got a great resume. He fought Linares, Gamboa, JoJo, Lumachenko, and Kambosos. That's a heck of a resume to only be 24. You got to think about it.
Nah, I think he has the best resume in at lightweight. In
Yeah,
that.
he only 24, but he fighting your man to put him on his resume. So we can't really. I mean, he got to say what he got to say, but you got to talk about how your guy's 10, 11 years older than him. He should be able to beat Devin. And if that's the case, he got his man strength. He had his peak. He had his peak. So, uh, but one thing I like that Devin said is he said, "All right, I don't want to hear y'all saying, oh, I said this just to build the fight up and this and that. Come out there and try to knock Devin out," which I'm sure Regis would do. Like Regis definitely bring the fight. I do think he got a problem with cutting the ring off. I don't think that he gonna fix that in one fight, but Regis can punch and Regis can fight. So he fighting your man to get the legitimate win against the puncher and this and that. So you really can't say nothing about that because he fighting your man now. So he just is that his strength and conditioning coach.
Yes.
So I just hope he got him ready to put the pressure on Devin and see if he can cut the ring off.
That's what I was telling him. I was like, like obviously his last fight he had a hard time. And besides just cutting the ring off itself, you know how it is, bro. Like to get, all the footwork drills that we have put our legs through took time. It took a lot of time. It took months and months and months, god damn, probably years to get your feet the way you needed to get to say I got good footwork. To turn a flat-footed fighter into a fighter that has good feet. I'll give you an example. Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto was a flat-footed fighter that turned his feet into better than what it was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Um, Working with all the coaches that he has worked with. But if you really look at it, they're flat feet. Canelo Alvarez, flat feet. He's working on it. You know what I'm saying? So now looking at Regis Prograis, with the guy that has great footwork like Devin, right? Devin got one of the best feet. I think that his legs are a little bit more spread apart than what they should be. But you believe that there's nothing that the strength and conditioning coach could do in that matter of time to make him get better feet and to cut the ring better.
No, no. But I mean, I'm gonna give Regis his credit because he can fight, and Regis is the main thing. I think what will cause Haney problem is the kind of punches he throws. Like sometimes he throw punches on the top of the head. He throw the loop in left hand. He throw it over there. He throw it kind of awkward. He don't really throw it that straight. So I think that's his biggest advantage is how awkward he throws his left hand. Like he throw it over the top sometimes, and he got a good uppercut. He come under with it pretty good. Um, Regis is a good finisher, so if he was to land a punch, he can try to buzz him and get him on the ground. But me training Devin and me knowing Devin, I just don't see, I just see him boxing Regis's ears off. But it being a real good fight though, like Regis probably land a couple shots and he might trap him a couple times. But I just think that everything that Regis seemed to be just now catching on to, it seemed Devin already been getting this since he was 7, 8 years old. Like a lot of people just now learning boxing from watching Mayweather clips on YouTube. Devin been getting that since he was 7, 8 years old. Like
Hmm.
a lot of
Hmm.
people getting their education off of YouTube, like learning how to box and stuff like that, learning tricks and all of that. But Devin been getting this stuff since he was 7, 8 years old. Like I say, Devin's fights is gonna be, in my opinion, is gonna be Teofimo, Tank, and Shakur. Them gonna be the real fights for him. I just don't see Regis beating, but I like Regis, and And I think it's a hell of a credible fight. Like Regis is a dog. He can fight. I just think it's a terrible style for Regis.
Yeah.
He gonna get outboxed, but I just want to see Regis go in there and try to put some pain on Devin, and give us a good fight. Like don't, I'm hoping he can trap him a bit and make it a good fight. But I know for a fact that he gonna have an obstacle that night.
I got the chat coming at me, you know what I'm saying, because they have their favorite fighter and stuff like that, and like, and sometimes people call me like a Devin hater due to the fact that I believe certain matchups. I think that a guy like Tio, a guy like Tank, a guy like Shakur gives him problems, maybe even a Richardson Hitchens. But when I go out and say that he has the best resume, people want to come at me, and it's the truth. I mean, he does have the best resume at lightweight. I can't knock him. And then going up to 140 to fight the WBC champion, that's amazing, man. I can't. When we do pros and cons on fighters, man, it just people go at you like crazy. And I mean, people came at you on the channel saying what you said about Devin, but it's all truth. It's all facts.
It's facts, and we not saying there's other guys that won't do it. It's just that he got to it quicker. We know Shakur fight anybody. We know. I mean, these fighters I like in boxing that'll fight anybody. You got Shakur, Devin. You got Boots. You got Benavidez. You got guys like Usyk.
Even even Matias will fight anybody. The thing about it is that with his style and a guy like Devin's style, it complicates things. It complicates it because you got to hit him, you got to trap him.
Yeah,
It's hard to trap Devin. The only one that could do that was Lomachenko, honestly.
yeah, who got great footwork and is a great fighter himself. Like,
Special.
I mean, to me, Lomachenko was still a beat damn near anybody, except for probably Shakur, maybe Tank. Like, I mean,
I
still
think
fighters in the game, like skill wise, if you just went off straight skills, I would put Lomachenko in the top 10 pound for pound, hands down, if not the top 5 or 6, just skill wise. Like he got major skills. So I'm not putting my young fighter in there with no Lomachenko. It's gonna take a freak of nature to beat him. Only Devin and Shakur. At that age, nobody that young would beat Lomachenko up in their career. To be honest with you, put another young fighter in there and see what Shakur do to him. Other than Shakur and Devin, they gonna get humiliated and probably won't even want to box again after that.
right, right. Um, and that Tank and Loma fight, I think that's a great fight. I think it sells amazingly. I think I actually got Loma winning, the beginning of the fight, and it only just takes one shot from Tank, and it could be from the body, and it could be from the head. So it's a great fight. I favor Tank in that fight, but that's the toughest fight for Tank if he took the fight
I would
next.
Yeah, I love that'd be one. That'd be one as well. But I got a feeling that Lomachenko gonna fight Cambosis for a vacant world title. I think, and,
Take
and,
an easy one.
and then I think Loma will probably fight Shakur. After that, I think he would want to maximize that. Just looking from the business standpoint.
And I think that fight right there is a masterpiece. I think Loma and Shakur Stevenson is a masterpiece
Oh,
boxing.
I mean, two of the best skilled fighters in the game. Like I said, when you just talking about pure skill, those two would be in the top 5 pound for pound. I mean, even with Lomachenko having losses, that don't mean nothing. I'm a throwback kind of guy, so losses don't. Skills are skills. So at the end of the day, um, you know, we still want to recycle these great fighters like Lomachenko because he styles make fights. He might come back and beat Tank or one of these. He might lose to one and beat another one. So we want to keep on maximizing these guys while they still have the skills that they have. We want to keep on putting these fights together.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, um, when it comes down to Haney and Shakur, they were gonna make it happen. Why you believe it didn't happen? Do you believe anybody ducked one another? Um, do you think it's just not time yet? What should be half on that whole, Devin Haney and Shakur?
Um, I just think the timing is bad. Shakur just moved up. Devin was going to 140. Um, it's not big enough yet. The pot is not big enough. To me, I think that's going to be the longest one that to marinate. I think that can be like a Crawford and Spence just was, like a Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd. I think that one is going to be. They both super young, so I think that one is going to be in another 3 years or something like that. 2, 3, 4 years, like. But they both so hungry and eager. They both so eager to get at it that neither one of them duck. So I think that it could happen in 2 years, but at the end of the day, Shakur is a natural lightweight, and Devin is more of a natural 140. So I think they got some time there to dominate, and then I think it should come together in about 3 years, in my opinion.
Mm, mm, I like it.
But no earlier than 2 years. It ain't big enough yet. I think that I'll say about 3 years, it'll be that super duper. It'll be a new network or something by then. It'll probably be a way to ban the waves to steal the pay per view. I think it'll be like something new. It'll be something new at the time that they fight. Like, who knows? It might be a new network, or it might be something big. I think it's gonna be on something that don't even exist now,
Mhm.
like something huge.
Yeah, yeah. It's so amazing the matchup. Like when we talk about like who has the more experience, because it's like when you look at the amateurs, Shakur has that all day. But then when you look at the pros, you start really thinking about it. Yeah, Shakur is a two division champion, but we're at 135 now. So it's like you've seen what Devin Haney has done with a lot of these former champions, and Cambosis as well. I'm not high in Cambosis, but you fought Cambosis, and you were winning the fight until that knockdown. That could have definitely went your way, and you would have been fighting Tio and and Haney.
I was off 3.5 years. Like, you crazy for even taking it. I'm like, I got to see if I can do it at a high level. But I was used to taking them kind of fights in my career at the last minute. So
But you wouldn't have been a coach probably, or do you think you would have been, like, if
um,
you won that fight?
it's crazy because honestly, I wasn't thinking. I know, the game that I got. I know I could have made a good coach, but if Devin didn't call me, nah, I wouldn't, because it was only worth it for him to call me and be like, because I like you say, if I wouldn't have stopped, I could have made millions, and then I would have made more money in them bulls. But you know, with Devin, I'm like, you know what? Maybe the way it happened was so crazy that it was like God. It was nuts because I was just talking about that to one of my guys. I was out of town and I was talking about it, and then they got in touch with me the day after. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? Like, I was just talking about, uh, you know, working with Devin, and then he called me the next day. That was the weirdest shit ever. Like, literally, that was crazy how it happened. So I'm like, that had to have been some kind of blessing. And
God,
thinking about that, and then them to give me the call the next day, like, so I tried it out, and it was a fit because I'm one of Mayweather Senior's students, and Mayweather got old and he's out of the game. So Devin and his dad wanted somebody that can keep them teachings in the circle. So it made sense for me to come in, and me and Devin worked, and the chemistry was there. But me working with Devin, and what's funny is I even worked with Shakur for a fight as well. So them two dudes there are just something different, man. That's all I got to say. Like, they love the sport, they love the game. Both of them young, rich dudes, but they love boxing more than anything.
speak upon a little bit upon, like, because it seems to me like guys like Bill Haney, Teofimo Senior. they've even guys like Angel Garcia, that they have let other coaches take control of their fight of their kids, be students of the game and set back, and then also learn. So like people don't understand is like the best way of learning is just sitting back and watching.
Right.
So it's like they have they while you had we had Mayweather's pops start up, and work with Haney.
Yeah.
I've seen clips of, him saying I wouldn't work with Haney anymore because it's just like we see fighters, just go all over the place with trainers and stuff like that. And it feel like he kind of got a little bit offended on that part. Um, we've seen senior that Teofimo Senior that done the same thing. Sit back and just learn from these great coaches. Same thing with Angel Garcia. A lot of people don't know Danny wasn't really, he wasn't trained by Angel like that. You know what I'm saying? Angel was learning, and sometimes people could just pass the message better in the corner just by knowing that you have a blood or a person that you could trust. So speak a little bit upon that, as far as, because now you're a trainer as well, and it's just like, I've seen you work with guys and then them leave just because of whatever their reasons are.
Well, to me, so far I've just came in on certain. I look at it like a project. So I never committed to a fighter other than Devin and my a couple young fighters that I had. So I might come in for one fight to test the water, and
But
if
you haven't built nothing from scratch yet.
huh,
You haven't built a fighter from scratch yet.
I don't plan to be honest. It's too much work, too much time. Like I ain't gonna be able to. Well, Amari Jones, I did the kid with Devin Haney.
Yep, I know who he is.
I had him since 0-0. As I I turned to pro.
Now, are you still with him?
Not right now, not at the moment. He
But you see what I mean? You see what I mean? Like, this is what I'm talking about.
yeah okay, all right. So I think that it's business too as well. So I'm close with the Haney family just personally. So it was mutual kind of like, all right, I got some business going on. I got all kind of other businesses outside of boxing. I was coming back to fight Farmer. That was a lot of money in a big fight. I want to get a couple more big fights before I call it a day completely. But we so with me, it never left on a personal bad note. It might have, when you get older, trainers like Big Floyd don't. It's his way or the highway. That's his slogan. It's my way or the highway. So
Because we have people in the comments on some of your videos here saying that they would rather see Haney continue to work with you.
yeah, I can't say this. Nobody he brought in could fuck with me though. No, now, I ain't talking about his dad, but I'm saying whoever else they brought in, nobody can do what I can do with him. I'm gonna be, I ain't gonna be fucking humble and modest about that. I know that for a fact. Like if you can't put me with a fighter with his skills or like a Shakur, and but like I say, the difference with Shakur is his grandfather brought him up. So when I was working with him, I was just helping out and helping him out. I'm younger and I got the Mayweather system down, and a lot of people like the pad working the teachers from that aspect. So, but with Devin, nobody can do what I can do with him, other than Dad having that element of being his father. But the people that they bringing in, no, I don't think nobody can match me. Of course, like he do.
Mm.
A couple people still around that I do like that was in the camp even with me, so I ain't gonna knock it. But like I say, like you can't duplicate me or Floyd Senior when it comes to certain things because I was with Mayweather since I was a teenager. So, and nobody can duplicate what we doing and try to come copy it. No, it's not going to be the same. But going into the trainer thing, I think that that's the hardest job in boxing because of that. Because trainers not contracted. Now, managers got a contract. So if you don't so my thing is this, like if if you do something with a manager and they're not around, you still got to pay them because they got their percentage. Trainers don't
Hmm.
get percentages or none of that.
Yeah, they can get fired on the spot.
Yeah, exactly. So with me, I never been fired, but I can see why training like a dangerous and a risky job that you just kind of got to go into because it's no contract and it's kind of a verbal thing. Like, all right, a lot of trainers don't even know what they're gonna get paid to after the fight, which is weird. Like, so you kind of going in taking a gamble unless you make a verbal agreement up front. Like, just to make an example, say I'm training, say Usyk called me or Wilder or whoever, and they like, all right, I want you to train me. The best thing that you could hope for is you got a mutual agreement up front. Like, all right, I'm gonna pay you, a half a million or whatever after my fight, and hope that you even get that because, like I said, it ain't on contract. But I think your original question was, what do I think about? Is it that father's training, or what was your original question with that
Well,
part?
just the facts of you molding a fighter from scratch and
Oh,
knowing that it could be just like that, and most of the time it happens to be the fathers that tend to they feel like they learn. They feel like they learn enough, especially when they become champion.
you asking a good question. This might be the first time a podcast really touched on this, but I'm gonna be real with you. Now, if you do it, oh, okay, I think that Bill and Devin did it the right way because at the beginning, he when they first came to Vegas, Devin was 6 or 7 years old. He brought him straight to the Mayweathers, so his mind was already like, okay, I'm gonna bring him and put him with some teachers. And it seemed like a lot of people that's doing it now are doing it because they seen that it was successful with them. Now, what they don't realize that Devin kept those guys for so long that it was embedded in him, and his father was around to see, and he kind of got, the mouthpiece aspect of it and the confidence to keep in Devin, as his father. But I don't think that it worked for the majority of dads, and it's hurting a lot of the fighters because you can't duplicate what you seen. That's like looking at Bill Belichick or Phil Jackson, thinking just because you've been there that you seeing it, you can just copy what he's saying. Because one thing about it, you don't know when to say it and how to do it. So you can say what you heard, but you don't know when to put it that proper perspective there. Like, so you can say what you heard, but you're saying it at the wrong time. So with 90% of fathers, I think that they stunt the growth of their sons
Yes.
because they could be even better if they had a teacher with them. So my thing is this: what I would suggest is your father gonna always be your father, even though a lot of them get personal when they want a new trainer. But my thing is this: with my son, I'm putting him. I got him swimming. I'm putting him in soccer. I'm not gonna try to take over his coaching because I might support him and all of that, but I'm gonna put him with the best. Like, why would I think that all of a sudden I'm the best at it when I couldn't start him off at the beginning? Obviously, if I couldn't start him, now this is the only sport where that can happen. LeBron James can't just have somebody, a family member, come coach him in the NBA, and neither can you do that in football, soccer, any other sport. I think that's a big problem with boxing is that they neglected the teachings and people thinking that they can just get in the game off what they saw on YouTube and mimicking it. But honestly, boxing would be even better and fighters would be even better if they had their sons with a teacher, or at least if they can be humble enough to say, all right, you know what, Dad, I'm gonna keep you in, but I want him to take over and I'm gonna let him teach me so I can get better. Not just keep winning, but get better.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a money thing. A lot of the dads want the 10% that you get at the training fee.
That's huge. That's the huge part right there. Is trying to keep that money in the last name.
But my thing is this: you could pay your pops anyway. Like, you want to train, go ahead and give him some bread. If you're making millions, you could look out for him
Give me
anyway.
my water, ice my face, and learn how to, put the glue onto the cut.
I'm gonna be real with you. This is what you got to remember. Floyd had his dad and uncle because they the goats. They already
But they
trained.
fought, bro. That's
Listen,
another thing. They fought.
and not only this, they the goats. They learned from masters. Like Big Floyd is a master. Everything that people mimicking now, is as much as people don't want to admit, it came from Big Floyd Senior. Everybody trying to mimic him on the pass. And listen, I've been with Emmanuel Stewart, Floyd Senior. So when I'm passing down, came from them. It's not coming from be guessing out of thin air because honestly, a lot of fighters are trash as coaches. Most of the top fighters can't train or coach because you got to be selfless and you got to be able to adapt the teachings to the fighter's best style and ability, which is different from, like that's why guys like Michael Jordan and certain coaches wasn't good coaches because they only teach what they done
Roy
versus
Jones.
morphing into another person's style and saying, okay, for him, this is what's best. Now, I'm only able to do that because of Floyd Sr., because of what I learned from the Mayweathers and Emmanuel Stewart and a couple other good coaches I had. But you touched on that, and that's important. And any young fighter that's looking can take note on that. Get the best teacher that you can find, not somebody that's you wouldn't let nobody do surgery on you just because they was there watching. You got somebody that really know the art.
I like that one.
Oh, I've been in here watching. No, you want the best of the best when it comes to surgery or when it comes to a pilot flying you on the plane. Why would you play with your life in the ring, or why would you even not want to enhance your game in the ring? That's one thing that Floyd never slipped on. When I see a lot of these young guys try to compare themselves to him, don't forget that he had Floyd Senior and Roger, who was the goats of training. Can't no fighter in the game, no trainer in the game today compare to them. No offense, like none, not even close. So don't forget that Floyd Mayweather had them who already knew the stuff they taught him before he was born.
Mm-hmm.
They was teaching him this stuff when he was in the crib, literally.
Mm-hmm. And it's like being in a corner, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been in both, like, in the amateurs, in the ring and in the corner. It's like you gotta have to understand, and I don't even know, because in reality I'm doing 3 minute, 3 rounds, 3 minutes.
Right.
Imagine going against a coach that you going at least 8 to 10 to 12 rounds, and you out here trying to figure out what their game plan is while the fight's going on, and you got to make sure that you got to stop that. Versus if you trying to break him down, if you seeing that your opponent's trying to break my son down, and what I got to do to disarm that, you know what I'm saying? While the fights are going on, and that's I think that's the hardest part. Live
Wow.
corner talk.
Listen, 100%. That's that's the whole key to it. And
I always tell fighters that they're like, yo, the first time they're gonna be on ESPN, yo, Jay, can you do? I'll pay you $500 to do my corner. I was like, yeah, all right, but have your head coach there. I'll be one of them. I don't want that pressure, honestly.
man, listen, it's a difference live and knowing the nuances of the corner. See, me, I'm humble. I always got open ears and I'm open to learning. Even though I got a whole lot of boxing knowledge as far as the teachings, I still wanted to learn how to work the corner as far as how do you even tie the gloves a certain way? How do where do you put
How do
the.
you wrap the hands?
Listen, it's fighters that ask me to learn how to wrap hands. I'll never do it because I'm going to get the best. I'd rather get Stitch or Raphael, or I'm gonna get the best to do it. I'm never gonna learn how to wrap hands because I'm gonna get somebody that been doing it, and I'm gonna give you the best because that's the most important thing that you need
Hmm.
are your hands. Why would I do it and I can get the best? I can go get Stitch to do it. That's
Right.
deep. So
They hit you like, you want a small pad or a big pad, you know?
now think about it. That's extra money for me. If I was to really be like, oh, I'm gonna wrap your hands, but nah, I want the job to be done at the best of the ability. And I'm gonna get Kevin Henry his props too, because he back in Devin's camp, and that was what I proposed. I wanted that to happen. If I wasn't there, then Kevin is he been with Devin since he was young as well, and that's the guy that I work with when I'm training now is Kevin Henry. So I'm gonna make note on that he came back into the camp, but his Regis fight.
Right, right, right. So I'm glad that we definitely touched up on that.
That I do hate, and I'm gonna tell young fighters is switching too many trainers is horrible. It's gonna mess your style up because
Yeah,
it's gonna mess your style up. If you keep switching trainers is a horrible thing to do in boxing.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's 100%. You know what I'm saying? And doing it while your career is going on at the highest level,
Yeah,
I think is the worst thing you could possibly do.
worst thing you could do at a high level. It's like switching wives every damn year or every 6 months. You gonna fucking get drove crazy. You never gonna catch a rhythm. You never gonna catch your rhythm and really learn. Like That's so I can tell anybody that's a fighter that's watching this, you got to find your fit and stick with that. It ain't gonna be overnight. It might take time for you to get better, but you gonna mess your game up if you keep doing
100%, 100%. So, leading into that, we'll talk about a fight that's coming up in the same time. And something that Demetrius Andres did. He added Andre Rozier. His dad is not. I see that his dad's not training with him right now. I know that most likely he'll probably be there in the corner that day, but I know that he's not in camp with him right now.
it. Right.
What What do you think about that?
Uh
Even though Demetrius Andres, 35 years old, already knows what to do.
yeah, yeah. Now at that age, it ain't as bad because, like you say, he a veteran. And Andre, that's another one of my guys that I worked with before, and he's a great teacher. That's somebody I would recommend out of the East Coast. That if you need, if somebody need a certain trainer, he one of the top guys that I can vouch for in the game, Andre. I think it was a good move from my understanding of knowing Andre's style and needing that motivation and that foot up his ass. Because Andre gonna put that foot up your ass. Like so sometimes a lot of fighters need that when they get a little older. They get and some fighters get set in their ways where they need that boot up their ass. And Andre is one of them kind of guys. And I talked to Victor a lot. Me and him are is close. Victor Conti. He hit me up the other. Matter of fact, I got a funny story. I ain't even gonna put it on here. I'll tell you after. But he seen my interview on here where I kind of gave Benavidez the nods, and he said, "Oh, I know you ain't picking him, and he training at Snack."
Yep.
It was kind of a friendly thing, like a rivalry, where he was surprised that I picked Benavidez to win the fight, and he worked with Snack, and I'm close with Victor that owns Snack, and he been out there training with him. But I told him at the time of the prediction, I didn't know he was training at Snack, but I still think that Benavidez is going to win just because he been in bigger, hungrier fights. Now, I do think that Boo Boo got the best style to beat Benavidez, though. So I got it. I give him a chance to win, but I just don't see nobody super middleweight beating. I got to be authentic with the fans. I can't come on here and lie because I'm friends and biased, But he is putting his preparation. Me knowing he at Snack working in a high altitude and he got Andre shows that he's working to his best ability to win. He's giving himself the best chances to win. So I do give him that.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know. Like people just say the inactivity with his last fight with Demond Nicholson in January. They don't really understand that he's really been in the gym for quite some time now. He dealt with, and I know he dealt with something with like a passing of a family member as well, and that could do something to you as far as motivate you to wanna work hard for them because you know that they're watching you.
Yeah. Wait. What was the question? I,
Nah, just speaking upon like for the fans to understand that Demetrius Andres has been working, in
oh,
that time frame from January till now, so people talk about inactivity as well.
well, it's different strokes for different folks. We saw Sugar Ray Leonard beat Hager off for almost 4 year layoff, and he went way up to middleweight and beat him. And that
Which is
was
crazy,
we talking Marvin Hagler. So
crazy.
different. Bro, I think Andre got a slick style to where as long as he getting the right sparring, which I'm hearing he is, I ain't gonna put it
He
out.
got he got Steven Gifford in there, Steve Gifford.
And I'm hearing he bringing somebody else. So he getting them some tough sparring, which I think you should do when you fight the Benavidez. You want to be battle tested because he gonna try to rip your head off. He ain't just coming to win. He want to knock out Andre. He not just coming to beat you. He coming to hurt you. So you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared for battle, even in the gym when you fighting a guy like Benavidez.
Whole card is smacking. We got Subriel Matias, the IBF world champion at 140 pounds on that card. And then we still got Jamal Charlo and Jose Benavidez. So we got ourselves a little treat.
Fights, yeah, those some good fights. Like I said, 2023 been the best year for boxing in a long time, and I'm glad that the fighters setting the trend to fight each other because you getting paid the money now. Like so, 2024 should be better. It was a good year for boxing this year.
Yeah, I'm thinking the four play parlay. Subel Matias. I hope I get
Oh,
Jamal Charlo.
hold on, my hold on, my brother made light of something. I watched this because my guy, Sugar Hill, uh, Emmanuel Stewart nephew, who I knew since I was little, being up under the chronic boxing, he trained the guy that's fighting Matias. So I watch him because don't be surprised if Matias get knocked out.
He's like that. I heard it's a good opponent.
Now I'm only saying that because I know who training him, and I know that they can fight them kind of fighters well. So I got to go watch him, and I'm gonna
I'll
let you.
watch him.
It might be an upset, so don't parlay him yet. I gotta watch him.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
parlay Matias yet.
Okay. So we looking at Jamal if he is on point. Yo, bro, I'm looking at his training. He don't look sharp, bro.
I don't know what's going on with
He
him,
don't
man.
look sharp.
I hope he get on track. I don't know what happened. I knew them cats since they was kids, literally 15, 16 years old.
You
Uh,
you actually sparred Jamal. I remember you
yeah,
telling me that.
I spar with them all the time when they were, they was younger. I was older, but they were younger, so it kind of neutralized, you know, in that way. But I just hope he get on track. I know the money and the fame can get to you, and I don't know if it's the drinking or whatever it is, but I'm hoping to get it together.
Absolutely, absolutely. And finally, the poll has hit 104 votes, and yes, at 54%, people do want to see the Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight.
Hey, that's gonna go to 94% if the if it get announced, it's gonna say 94%.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
Look,
exactly.
ESPN and say Tank Davis fighting Manny Pacquiao February so and so in Las Vegas, Nevada on Showtime pay per view or whatever. Everybody gonna be excited.
Facts, facts, 100%. Well, Mickey, this was a great interview, man. Thank you for coming by. Make sure you guys uh tap in on his YouTube channel right now, right now, right now. Smash the like button right now and go to Fight God TV right now. Subscribe to his channel. We going up. Any other social medias you would like people to tap
Uh,
in? Let them know, Mick.
Mickey Bay Eternal on Instagram, and you can find everything on my YouTube. I got it up. I just started my YouTube. Me and Mill gonna keep cooking. It just got started a few weeks ago, so make sure I should have 52 or 50 something extra subscribers, but I'm working my way up and learning the ropes. But
I
no,
got some ideas for you too. I think what we should do is, make some phone calls, add a couple people that we know in the business, interview them on Instagram Live, take some of that content and drop it on your channel.
yeah, we'll chop it up because I don't. When I say I'm bad with tech like this, even with the phone, like
I got you.
I-
I'll
I'm
do. I'll edit them for you.
I'm good when they press play. I'm good at doing the spitting the game and the knowledge, but
The game.
side of the on the technical side, I don't know how to do none of this. So yeah, you got to show me the
I
ropes on.
got you. I got you. We'll keep it old school. We'll make some phone calls, text messages, and then we'll do some dope interviews, and I'll do the editing for you. Maybe even try to call Demetrius Andres now that it's a hot topic right now as well, and we'll edit those pieces and put it on because if you don't add content, it's not gonna grow.
Oh, for sure, yeah, 100%. Yup. So yeah, that's my thing is learning. I got to send it to somebody for them to edit it. Like I
I'll
literally
do it for you. I'll do it for you.
how to do the
If
so.
we're doing it together, I'll edit your pieces.
All right, we'll talk offline so then we don't bore them with this talk. But I'll hit you up. But
You
yeah,
are You already know, guys. Make sure you guys go to Fight God TV, support Mickey Bay, and thank you, Ben. To the
oh,
next one.
yup. All right,
All right, my brother. Much love to you.
yup.
This is Mill City Boxing, home of the high level pro boxing media. That was my man Mickey Bay. You already know we do some great content each and every time we get together. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel as well if you haven't. You already know we got the poll right here. When it comes down to Manny Pacquiao and Gervonta Davis, I feel like this is a great fight. I would like to see the fight tomorrow. We're gonna be having Coach Kenny on. Talking a little bit more. Make sure you guys subscribe to my Instagram and Twitter at Mill City Boxing. And yeah, we're gonna be just tearing up the waves and really just blowing up the media right about now. Um, I'll be doing two more interviews with Jahan Ingram, talking about that Shakur Stevenson beef, and also Chance, Rajon Chance, the guy that he did spar, how this all got, so hype and stuff like that. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you press the like button to improve the visibility of the show. And we'll be right back with another one with y'all, man. Much love. God please. And God bless, and on to the next, man. It's Mill City Boxing, home of the high level pro boxing media, the fighters channel, the trainers channel, the people's channel. Much love.